in the studio on Friday. Yes, we're back. We got Harrison Jonesy, Clevin, Logic Key, winner in training. I love that. That ties in with my opening rant today. I am drinking single malt scotch. This is for you guys. Cheers to all of you. Because if you're here today watching this stream, that means at one point in your life, possibly yesterday, possibly last year, possibly years ago, you made a decision. You said, fuck that. I'm curious. I want to check this out. What is this crypto shit? I'm sick of these banks. I'm sick of these low interest rates. 0.1% of my savings. No thanks. Student debt. That's hard to dig out from. Maybe want to buy a house one day. Can't do that on a 9 to 5 very easily. Not anymore. It's not supposed to be easy, but I mean, 7 years, pay off student debt. So cheers to you guys, because like me, at one point in your life, you made a decision. You're going to try something new. You're going to take a risk. You're going to go against the grain, and everyone in your family and the friends around you are going to tell you you're crazy. Maybe not right now because price is high. They're trying to get in too. We're in a bit of a mania, and it's going to get even more manic. But at some point in your life, somebody told you you were wrong, and you still came. So shout out to you guys. Welcome back. It's Hero Labs Live. I'll be your host today at RandomTask555 on Twitter. We're going to talk about Ray. We're going to talk about Serum. We're going to talk about Solana. Probably talk a little FTT. It's SBF Friday today because they're all over the place on these green leaderboard charts. Solana coming into some profit objectives of mine, although I'm really having a hard time taking any profit because it's so bullish. But I cut a little because that was in my trade. When I bought it, I said, this is where I'll sell it. So I got to stick to that. But I still got 2/3 of my bag, and I'm not touching my hold bag from way back when. That's just dusty as far as I'm concerned for the next little while. Radium announced some really interesting news today. They are launching Accelerator. John, can you mute? I'm getting really trippy sounds. I don't know what they are. I'm wondering if they're... Oh my God, they're not even you. Sorry, I was looking at something on Twitter that actually looks really cool. Let's take a look at it. Just before the stream, I was looking at this, and it was running on replay with really weird ambient sounds. So anyways, Jonesy, what's up? So good to see you, bro. And Peter Toth, hello. Yeah, we're going to look at all the FTT, FTX, SBF coins. They're doing really well this week, so we want to look at them. I've got a few other ideas up my sleeves, as you guys can imagine, and we're just going to look through charts. Sometimes the best charts we find are ones I didn't even plan to look at. What the hell is this, though? Real quick. This looks like Google Glass or some kind of augmented reality. How cool is that? Can you guys see that? Nope, I haven't shared my screen yet. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to go into screen share here. There we go. All right. Look at this. And shout out to the producer who's back this week. So, we're actually working on the music, guys, because I like a little music in the background. But for today, it's gone. But the probability of this stream having difficulty like it did last week is very low. I'll have you guys know I did order a brand spanking new PC, which is exciting. Cost a couple Ethereum, but it's not coming till June. So we got 16 streams left to grind on this old iMac Pro. But check this out. I don't know what the hell this is, but it looks cool. And it's like maybe nauseating. I'm not one for... Wait, rugged? Oh, Bobby bought band. Bobby bought the band. So this looks like the future market's like something from TradingView. It looks like augmented reality. Really cool. Anyways, that's why I was tripping balls with thinking the producer was making sound. It was actually this running on repeat in my feed. But let's go switch over here. Are you guys hearing me? I'm seeing weird things in the chat that make me think I'm not coming through. Yeah, rugged. He's probably trying to find his lucky hat. I'm confused, man. Are we live, John? I think we're on the wrong stream, dude. I'm sitting in a channel, a bunch of people. Okay, there's 27 people watching the pre-scheduled one, and they're just staring at the screen, wondering why we're not on. I need the link. Okay. Oh, Jesus. I just gave shout outs to everyone in the stream that they can't even see. Oh, and I had such a nice shout out rant to them to start it off today. Okay, I'll do it. Shareable link. Yeah, the new thumbnail. Ah, well. Okay, false start. Damn it. Okay, guys. Hey, Christian, bro. It's okay. I just gave them the link, so they're coming over. Okay, guys. Let's reel it in. Okay. We're going back. We're going back to studio, bro. Green screen. Ah. Wait. Yeah. We gotta fix that. Okay. Okay. All good. All right, guys. Sorry about that. False start. Really confusing because I was looking at the chat of the stream that wasn't live, and they're all chatting. They're like, "Where is he? I think he rugged," and I'm sitting here talking to them live on TradingView. Anyways, mind blown. ID is going crazy, and I'll tell you guys why in just a sec. That is so sad because I gave a little shout out to you guys. I practiced that rant in the shower all this week. I saved that one up for you guys, and I think a lot of the OGs in the channel were on the wrong stream for it. So go back and watch it because if I do the whole thing again, it's going to put us back on the hour. And I got a lot to talk about today. But the gist of it was cheers to you guys. You rock. You're here. You're taking risks. And, I think the last thing I wanted to add to the end of that was that I think, and I'm here obviously, so this is what I would think, but I think we're in the right place. I don't think there's anywhere else in the world where I can have the opportunities that I have financially than in this market right now. That was true last year, less true, obviously. It was a less hot market at the start of the year. Um, so all I would say to you is, I mean, I think you're in the right place. And if you're watching this channel, even better, because I'm on the path. I can tell you that right now. I'm not at my goals yet. I have not hit the mark that I set out to hit, uh, but I've changed my life. And I'm not here to make calls and tell you, how to get rich quick. But I am here to share with you guys everything I know and the path, most importantly, the decision making process that goes into using what I know. Because a lot of people, not just a few, a lot, most people at the end of this market, some way, shape, or form, are going to lose money. That's just a fact. Whether they give it all back in some kind of gross shakeout, whether they get nuked or liquidated or hacked, um, rugged, taking too many weird, excessively, like risks. Um, so if you guys are here and you're watching and you're paying attention, congrats and shout out to you guys because you're taking the effort. So let's have a drink. And with that said, I would just say there is no free lunch. So get ready to work because I work my ass off. And so does every other successful trader I know. It's a very fancy, fun way to say, like, ooh, I just made 47K in one trade. But to get to that point, especially if you're like me and you started off living in a basement apartment with $2,000 in your savings account and a job that paid you $1,600 every 2 weeks, it's hard work. You've got to work. You've got to grind. You got to go through a lot of pain too. You got to be on the edge of despair once or twice, probably, before you hit the real success level. So let's get to it. Let's get to the grind. That's it. Happy Friday, guys. Welcome back. I want to switch over to the screen share now. There's a little semi restart. Let's get over to the Twitter one. There it is. Not it. There it is. Okay. So this is trippy. 20 seconds. We can watch this again. I just saw this before the stream. I was like, well, that's cool. Looks like Google Glass or augmented reality of some kind. Trading View. Get it up there. Just hanging out on the couch. Just I don't know how that would work, but it's pretty trippy. So maybe gonna talk with that someday. Things you buy during a bull market. Okay. But let's get over here because I really want to talk about the Ray Accelerator. It is probably why Radium, guaranteed actually, is this news is the reason that Ray popping off today. This chart, not that well done up, but like I can't even believe this. I feel like it's been out longer. This chart looks so new still. It's only February 22nd. It's amazing how slowly a chart moves when you watch it closely. And then you look back a few months later and it's just like, oh, there it went. Um, so this thing is coming in. It's right at resistance right now. So, it sucks for anyone who's like, what the hell's Ray? Because this is not a place to buy it. Um, I put the retweet and pinned it, the how to farm Ray starter guide, because I just thought today might be a topical time for people interested in getting invested or involved with Solana, um, all that stuff. So I put that on my Twitter. You can check it out. And that's just a starter guide for farming, but the staking is pretty much right there with it. It's actually even easier. So should be able to figure it out. But yeah, this has been on pretty, nice little consolidation journey. And if we want to draw from here, because that other bit is weird. I mean, really nice dip, kind of through the reload zone. But if you take this whole candle in, it was pretty close to the sweet spot, just closing above it. Love that. And now through the pump chaser zone, and we're just taking off today. And why are we taking off, you say? Well, Ray Accelerator. And that's basically going to be a Polka starter, if you will, for Solana. For anyone who knows what that is, basically just a launch pad for new projects. It's going to help them streamline fundraises, all that stuff. And I imagine holding the Ray token will give you more access. So it's also going to be a demand driver for the Ray token. And as we talked about before, actually, even on Wednesday, I think on the panel, we talked a little bit about um, the launch pads, the launch pad craze that was going on, right? DAO Maker came out. It's doing insane things price wise, as well as obviously Polka Starter and Samurai over there with CyberFi taking off lately. Trust Swap. There's so many. There's like 9 paid network. I mean, I think there's actually more, probably like 15 now. BSC pad, right? And so for all these, you just have to hold their token. There's some dynamic between holding their tokens and then getting access to the new projects that come out. And so if you're bullish on Solana and you want to be a part of the growth of that ecosystem, Accelerator is your access point. And I think yeah, that would be setting timers over there. So yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all for Accelerator. We're going to get more information on this soon. I'll be keeping a close eye on it. I am still staking my Ray. I did farm some and I sold some. I'll admit it. I don't have my full bag. It's not like, but I farmed a bunch, sold some, and ended up with an amount that I felt like I could just set and forget, and I've left it staking. So that'll be fun. We'll see how that ages. It just looks bullish. And I know this candle obviously helps that, but that's a news-driven candle. So do we come up into this resistance and now it's like, oh, cool, the news is out, but who cares? We're still consolidating. Market don't care. Very possible. Or is this like a breakout, consolidate, and then continue starting off a much larger run? If we do get out above this level and we start trading above it, we can start thinking about chaos PRZs from this consolidation range, which are going to look ridiculous, as they always do. Until you get up there, no one wants to sell all of a sudden because it's so bloody bullish. But there you go. $28 is possibly where this would head if we break out of this consolidation. That's what, according to my analysis. And it's not about saying, I called it, it's going to go there. It's more just like if it gets there, I'm paying myself. Guaranteed. Probably want to look at this as well as a little fib extension, see what kind of confluence we get. It won't be that high. But you'll get, you get a little TP on the way up. A lot of you guys are farming from what I've been told. Sounds like, so that's great. Oscar Cortez, this channel loves you. Thanks for those thumbs up. That kind of stuff pumps me up. Chris Richards, yes, good to see you back. Peter Toth. All right. So we've got a good squad in here today, guys. I want to look at the Sam coins Ray joining the party on that news. Let's see what Solana has done. It is actually, I got a better chart on it right here. That's Serum. Serum's looking really good today. We're going to look at that. Solana is coming to this profit area. So I'm torn, right? And this is part of that hard work we talked about at the start of the stream. It's not easy. Maybe it is easy. Maybe I may overcomplicate it and I should just hold things that I think are undervalued and wait a year. But trading is not easy. Trading is, you got to pay yourself. You got to sell things in a bull market, even though you have a very good lean on the fact that they're probably going to be worth $100 someday per Solana token. I don't think 3 digits is out of the question at all. In fact, catching up to Ethereum, which, if that's even what it should be as a goal, I don't think it is, because Ethereum's a moving target and it's kind of two separate things. But this thing, yeah, I think 3 digits is in the cards. And yet, the bag that I bought here, as I added on when I saw this breakout starting, I said, okay, well, there's a bot set up here and I've got to pay myself. I'm at the 618. I'm out here. And then, I'm not selling everything because that's just a recipe for FOMOing back in higher. But I sold a third of my trade bag and the rest I have a trailing stop loss on. And basically just going to let this one ride. And if it comes back down, I'm going to add. Because ultimately, I just really want to ride this thing for quite a run. And oh my God, do we think back slightly jealous of our past selves back here on January 6th and 7th when we were watching this thing talking about, holy shit, there goes the big quote unquote dump that was supposed to come. This thing's probably going to rocket. And there is no such thing as buying enough. Looking back now, you're like, I could have probably bought more. But this guy up here, to me, is a take profit for this trade. That is about, nice. It was like a 10-day trade. It's not bad. So Solana looking good. If we zoom out, I'll do it on this chart. Let's look at some craziness on Solana. Well, let's get a GAN fan. Love a good GAN fan right here. Kind of riding through that 45 angle. So, do we get up into some of this crazy blow off topness? Is that the kind of party that this is going to become? I don't know about all that, but I do know that we're at fib extension levels. So I'm just certainly not like, ooh, I better rush in and buy more right here. Markets love to move, up, down, up, down, up, down, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. This is a higher high. It's so obvious. So come on, you just don't, this is not the day. But there will be a day. There will be some of this someday from some level. And on that day, if you still got the balls, I'm talking to myself here, I will go and add to my bag. So Solana looks great and it's driving the bus. And I think it's this kind of like smorgasbord of growth, right? You've got Serum, you've got Radium, you've got Solana, all working together. All, one grows, the other benefits. And so, the Ray news today, really nice stuff. I think we should go look at Serum though. Serum's another one. Yep. No, I had a different chart on it I want to look at. There it is. Guys. Oh God. Oh God. We're live. We're live. There it is. Nope. What the hell? Okay. Whatever. We're looking at this one. I swear I drew one up just before. Oh, you know what? I'm dumb. I think it's because it was versus a Bitcoin. Oof. This is awkward. One more try. Ooh, no. Okay. Anyways. Okay. We're back. Pump chaser zone. This has been a tricky one to chart, to be honest. It's not respecting levels. It's very like whaley. It's a very whaley coin, right? Where it's like, oh, look, pump chaser zone and go. Nah, we're just going to stop out, wash everyone out, and then just moonshot it. Like, it's a very heavily, I wouldn't say manipulated coin, but it's like you're trading against the pros. You are trading against the absolute best, most aggressive, deep-pocketed, liquidity-providing sharks you can ever imagine. So if you were trying to trade this, you didn't get your reload zone. Like for me personally, this sucked as far as trying to find a trade. It was like, you don't get your reload zone. palm chaser zone gets washed out. It was tricky. Now I've got some serum staking on the on FTX. It's just kind of sitting there, so I'm not too worried about it. But I did have a trade attempt through here, and I was like, eh. Then of course you look back, so it's the way she goes. It's no big deal, but this has been a monster move, and so getting this, and like look at this consolidation. It's not clean. It's not like, ooh, like nice little thing, and then it's like, fuck you, ha ha ha. So rest in peace to everyone who tried to play that with some tight leverage or anything crazy like that. This thing, coming up into the chaos levels. I think we could zoom out at this point with serum. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't even love all that ink. I think this guy here is going to be an area to watch. This chaos PRZ. These things are coming in. You get that nice big rounded bottom. Let's measure that. What is that kicking out? Because that's really juicy. That's not out of the question at all. That's a 2x from here. Right up here. That's a little crazier. $27 someday. I mean, you guys heard Gunny. He was on here maybe a month or two ago talking about like these guys are not setting out to compete with Uniswap. They're setting out to compete with the New York Stock Exchange. And they've got backing to do it. So this is going to be really fun to watch. So let's take a look at the extension levels, because that's pretty much like that's probably the next place to go. Hey, a little bit of confluence there. I would probably do this. This is what I've been enjoying doing lately for targeting. Not trying to get it too perfect, too concise. It's like, yeah, I've got this big range where I can start thinking about paying myself. If I'm ever up there, again, as a trader, if you want to be a hodler, there's a different strategy. I am a trader, and I think that if I do any buying in this range and I end up here, I need to do some selling. That's a great trade. Move on. Rinse, repeat, compound gains, right? That's a different thing. And in a bull market, you'll often be left in a situation where you're like, fuck, I did so much trading down in this lower range. And those are all bags that I could have probably just walked away with and, age well. But the thing about this trading, the way that I'm doing this, guys, is it's going to work in all markets, in all market conditions. I mean, it's not going to be as fun through this, and there will be this. And it's certainly not going to be as fun through that, downtrends. But it's the idea that it's like stay light on your feet, stay loyal to your base currency, whatever that is, Bitcoin, Ethereum, USD, whatever, and just grow that and not really worry about any one asset getting away or doing something. It's like, I'm just trading volatility. Give me a movement, give me an entry, give me an exit, and we'll turn it into new money. That's the idea. So we'll see. I think this thing is going to end up here later this year. But I could be wrong. I think there's a high probability that I'm not. We'll find out. So I'm staking my bag. I don't know. I might try to get like a retest trade in here. I don't have like a long, so to speak, on serum, which is a little sad. But something like this. Little breakout today looks really nice. So if there is any like trashy little pullbacks in the market in the next few days, don't forget this kind of moment, because these confirmations, the nicest thing about them is that like once you get them, the dip that comes after is like a fake out. It's almost like, okay, cat's out of the bag. This is happening. So any dips after, and we talk about that all the time, right? Where, you get the breakout, which we kind of already just had here, really. Right here was your candle body close high for this consolidation, like that sort of, okay, lower high, lower low, and then you get a higher high, like it kind of broke these. So this was your confirmation. Dip into the palm chaser zone, fake it out, launch it. So on further review, there was a trade here. I just didn't see it. But there it is, that kind of thing, right? So that's serum. That's Solana. Now FTT, holy, nobody owns enough FTT. This thing is just a moonshot right now. August, what's up, man? Hey to you as well. It's a bit of a BitConnect kind of way to say hi, but we'll take it. Guy's a lot of fun. He's a meme. Hopefully nobody here lost money on that. I just remember hearing about it back in the day, and I was only ever heard that it was a Ponzi. I never looked past that. Thank God. One day it just disappeared. It went from whatever it was, like a couple $100 down to like 12 cents. This, holy shit, man. Now I was bullish on FTX. I can't hold the way some guys do. I was buying it at like $1 in November. Was it November? Or was it December? I guess it was December of 2019. And I remember looking, it was like a 30 mil market cap, and I was like, oh, that's undervalued. This is gonna, but like I don't hold, huge amounts of anything through this. I've staked some. Yeah, it was back here. It was November 2019. And my God, look at this thing. It's so beautiful. And like this volume, this speaks to a much, much larger move. It is so sexy. So, we've got to zoom out. I mean, look at the weekly. This thing barely exists. Look at that price history. This is so new. And I hate being super bullish on something like this. Like maybe somebody was watching, they're like, oh, FTT, what's that? And now they're finding out about it here. We've been talking about this all year, like Sam coins, all this stuff. This is not the day to rush in maybe and be like, now I really want to buy a ton. But my God, if this thing is not well above this price someday, I'll be shocked. Even though I can't buy in this, like from a chart trade perspective, this is not, I wonder what the Coinbase thing's going to do for it. That's going to be interesting to watch. Coinbase gets a massive evaluation. You find out FTX does everything they do and better. Oof, it's going to be fun. When you trade like that, yeah, I should keep Moonbags, Coach Papa. Sometimes I don't, but I generally do, and I should always, especially in a bull market. Yeah, Holy Perp fits its name. Yeah, I agree. Holy Perp is dope. We can go look at it. It's like a basket of. Is it Holy? Yeah. This is basically, what is it? FTT, Serum, and Solana. Just the three, I think. Maybe they fit another one, but don't sleep on the other Sam coins, guys. Let's go take a Let's go take a look at Sam. Let's make it Sam Day. There it is. Maps. Maps is a Sam coin. Coming into fib extension levels sometime soon, perhaps. 60 million users on this app, and the brief read over that I did was it's Maps. It's a phone app. They've already got 60 million, 65 million users. And there's going to be some tie-in with like fees generated on the app that are just given out to stakers of this token for like whatever, staking up the network or whatever it's going to be. So in a nutshell, I did see that there was some value capture with the token itself. These dips always look so juicy looking back. So Maps is one. It's trading on FTX. FIDA, Bond FIDA. Now I don't really get this one. Look, they're all doing well today. Holy shit. It's Sam Day. That's a fun narrative. I love that like a person has a sector. It's like exchange tokens are pumping. Identity tokens are pumping. Oracles are pumping. Sam is pumping. It's like, what? This guy's a legend. Yeah. Bonfida. Now, the thing I don't get about Bonfida is it sounds a lot like Serum. It's like an AMM liquidity pools DEX thing, but then it's somehow tied in with it. I don't know. It's a big confusing smorgasbord. Used that word twice today. That calls for a drink. So yeah, I don't know, but it's doing well. It's trending up. It's getting buy volume, and I think it's a great addition to a Sam basket. That's exactly why. Excuse me. Whoa. It's exactly why I'm holding it in my Sam basket. So, what else is coming up? I mean, this is exciting, guys. I mean, all the juice we're seeing on Ethereum and all of those kind of IDOs and everything coming up, and like Solana is just getting started. So to go back to the Solana chart, I can't like tell you how painful it is that I had to take profit on this trade today. Again, I got my bag still, but like it just feels weird because they barely have anything on their network yet. And when they do, presumably it's going to scale just as well as it has started. It's going to stay fast and stay cheap. So fired up about Solana. Let's see. When mapping out fibs, do you ever use the fib levels based on log scale? I don't have a hard, fast rule about log scale. I don't love it. I generally stay away from it unless you just get one of those ridiculous charts that you just can't see any of the price action. And then I'll just go to log so that it's a little more clear like this. But fibs look weird on log too. So no, I don't really like log, but I know that there's a lot of value to using it. Some people love it. Some people swear by it. I held Ray so long and had sells at 9.5, hoping for a dip again. Yeah, I feel your pain, bro. But hey, if you held it for a long time and hit your 9 to 5 sale, that's dope. You should pat yourself on the back. Try to count that as a win, because if you don't enjoy your wins, guys, win is a win is a win is a win in trading. Yes, there are things you can learn, and yes, you can write about it in a journal after and be like, okay, so, I sold here. This is how I'm feeling right now. I feel like I should have sold less. Then you can learn from that one mistake, if you want to call it that. I still think if you made money, it's not a mistake, but you could call it that. And then the next time you're in that situation, you have to remind yourself, you have to have learned that lesson and then say, okay, I'm going to sell 60%, 80%, 95%, whatever it is, where you still have just a little skin in the game. And it's for different people, it's different things. Some people want to have like a nice big bag, moon bag, and they're getting a little more aggressive because they think we're early in a bull market, and they could be right. Other people, they're like, it's not a good hold for me if it's a huge bag. So 5% is better. If I just hold on to 5% of my original position, that's actually better because I just won't look at it. I don't care. It's an inconsequential amount, which, makes it less exciting, maybe, because you're like, oh, 20x on $50. But, at the same time, that's why we say this all the time, journaling, learning about yourself, developing your trading skills. Those are the things where, maybe in the short term, it sounds very boring and unsexy, but I guarantee you, if you put in the time and effort on that kind of shit now and over the next year, you will improve so much. And then when this stuff happens again, because look, guys, this is a pretty sick bull market. And yes, there will be some kind of cycle of some kind, even if it's like sideways and down for a bit and then more up, avoiding like a total washout bear market, whatever it's going to be. This is not like going to end this year. This is like, I would be shocked if crypto is not doing crazy, ridiculous things for the next 10 years plus. So don't, I think there's some people I've talked to that are like, oh man, I got to just get in there quick. Cause by the end of this year, we all know how this works. At the end of 2021, we just have a 2018 and then we go down for 2 years. Maybe. And there's this sense that they've got to hit all their goals in the next 6 months. I mean, good luck with that. That's a lot of pressure, guys. Supercycle thesis. I love it. I don't know how much I buy into it. I don't think I think that far out, to be honest. But as far as like how blockchain is going to infect the world, and I say that endearingly, how it's going to, just things are going to be replaced. Not everything. Some things are more efficient, centralized, and with old tech or new tech, but blockchain stuff, decentralized networks, governance. Oh my God, it's exciting to think about. And it's not going to go anywhere. I mean, do you have any idea how many, like even Serum alone, the vesting schedule lasts 7 years. The guys who invested in this thing, they're not going to get the rest of their tokens. Like they'll get some along the way, but they're not done getting some Serum tokens for 7 years. You think this is going to be a one cycle coin? You think this is like, oh, I got to get it now from here to here. I got to trade it from here to here, or I'm going to miss the every opportunity. No. So all that to say, stop FOMOing yourself into bad decisions and start sitting back and getting serious. Buy a fucking notebook. Sign up on Google Docs. Like do something to set yourself up with a mental space to pour your shit out on. Learn from your mistakes. Draw up your process. Write down your goals. Define, who you are, where you want to go. Lay some steps out. Read Atomic Habits if you haven't already. And let's get to it. Because in 3 years, you will be somewhere doing something, right? That 3 years is going to pass no matter what you do for the next 3 years. Why not do hard work? Why not take the challenge? Step your game up. Because that 3 years will be up. And when you get there, you don't want to be sitting around dicking around the same high leverage mistakes or some other weird shit you're doing that's just causing you to lose money when you could be building a compounding, slow and steady gain. Okay. All right. got into a little rant there. Let's get back to Bitcoin dominance. That's what I wanted to talk about. I was kind of floating through it. BTCD has dropped down heavily. That's it. That's all. It's just we can't even see it on this chart. We have to zoom out. Weekly views. This is the template I use for the newsletter. It's got all my newsletter charts. Let's go see it. But you can actually read that newsletter at herolabs.io. It's up there right now. Got a couple names in the heat map this week. So you want to check those out. You want to check out the weekly charts. I put them all in there with my thoughts. And you can actually get it in your email if that's something you're into. I struggle to keep up with newsletters. I think I have like 6 popping around in my emails, but you find 1 or 2 good ones. You know, get a little perspective in your life. I appreciate them. Look at this thing. I mean, just consolidate. You know what we could do? Ooh. Let's see if we can do like a chaos PRZ of this consolidation. What would that look like? Because these things are freaky. I mean, they're not meant, this could work. I don't know. This wick is kind of untrustworthy. I'm going to take the cluster of wicks there just to get a little more weight on it, maybe. Improvising here. Bear with me. Oh, 47% chaos from this breakdown. Could I draw it alternatively? Try another one right here. Yeah, still down there. So, you know, if you grab the energy from this and express it south with a chaos PRZ, which does work sometimes, you know, just as relevant, we're actually down into this reload zone, which makes perfect sense because that's where price likes to go. Reload zones. Don't know why. Is it chicken and egg, or is it like some super freaky Fibonacci pattern in the universe? I don't know. But this thing's plummeting. And so, you know, far be it from me to sell my altcoins for Bitcoin right now. I'm only looking to do the opposite. I am looking for places to deploy my Bitcoin while other shit in the market sends its dominance down. And ultimately, the goal is to use that gain to get back into Bitcoin. Let's be clear. Bitcoin dominance probably won't trend down forever. It would be pretty crazy if it did. Like if DeFi just came in and all these scaled up Ethereums came in and there's just this network and that's where like trillions of dollars flows for these fixed yields and all these things that are coming in, bond market stuff. Possible. World reserve currency versus future decentralized bond market. I mean, take your pick, but I think we'll see an uptrend in dominance at some point. So I just hope it's from down here because that's going to be sick. That's where you get like 100x's in altcoins. It's going to be so fun. If we get it. Dealing with banks is a fucking joke. I don't see how anyone gets ahead with the bank scalp you on every transaction. Coop Love, that's a good point. Although I did have a laugh today when I went and bought something and there was a 25-cent fee. To be fair, that was like Visa. It wasn't the bank. And I was like, oh, 25 cents. That's not bad. Anyone take cash out of a shitty ATM lately? Like one of those ones that's like in a place where they just jack up the price and it's like $7 or $8. I used to feel so ripped off by those things. Now I'm just like, oh, ETH fees are cheap today. It's only $6. It's amazing how that changes my perspective on life. I mean, God, $80 sometimes for fees this week. That's, you know, what's weird. I don't know what unit you guys sort of denominate your fees in. You know, it's like, oh, that's 75 cheeseburgers, or like whatever. I denominate them in Uber Eats dinners. That's literally the unit of exchange I think of when I get pissed off about fees. It's like an $80 fee. Like a week later, I'm like, every one of those was like 2 Uber Eats, 3 Uber Eats. It was like, you know, actually, my lady cooks a lot, but I love a good steak since we can't go out to restaurants. But anyways, okay, let's get into some requests, guys. I can show you what's in my bag, but it hasn't really changed. I've got some ID, still my largest position. You know, we've been watching the wallets. There's apparently this one wallet with like 900,000 ID tokens, and they're down to like 200, and they've been selling the shit out of this. It appears to be the only concentrated whale sort of suppression, and the guy is almost out, or girl. They're down to like 260,000. So, you know, that's how market works, right? This guy, maybe he built up here, who knows? Now he's like, this is where I exit. This is where I make my money. Well, he's selling. He's putting it back into the pools. The pools are getting eaten up by other people, and their new cost basis is here. So where do they want to take it? Well, they're going to pull that trick up here. and it'll exchange hands again. So all you want to see in a market is something that's going to have growing demand and shrinking supply, or some dynamic like that. And ID's alpha just went live today, like an hour before the stream. Now, I would caution you guys on using it yet. My first impression was that it's an alpha. It's very new. Bugs. So I've got this bag of ID tokens. Do I want to go smash them into that new wallet that is like a biometric wallet? It's pretty cool. It scans your face to basically unlock. And it's meant to be like entirely secure and all this. That's kind of one of their big innovations. Wallet, Everchain. They got their own blockchain. So, I don't know. I'm not putting my money in it just yet. I want to see a few things. And I'm glad I didn't, because I set up the wallet and then I logged out of it. And then when I went to scan my face to get back in, it's like, you do not have an account. So, and that's not a knock on ID. This is alpha. This is development. This is how it works. So they'll take feedback. So point being, you can stake for 365 days, you get 40% returns. For 90 days, you get 25% return. APY though. So it's like you don't get the whole 25, obviously. You get a quarter of it or whatever that is. And then for 1 day, you get 5% APY. So I was rushing in because I was like, yeah, I'm going to stake. If I put some stake down for the whole year, I'll be the first to unlock that 1 year tranche that's going to come out, and everyone's going to be like, oh, the 1 year staking is going to be up. Sell it. I want to be the first one out on that. But I did the log out, log in test, and it failed. So just caution, guys. It's very new. Let's give them maybe like a V1, V2 of this alpha before I go plowing any capital in there. But this chart just looks great. That's the other thing. Like, I want to trade it. But ultimately, I was planning to lock up a chunk for a year so that I just couldn't do that thing I always do where I sell some when perhaps I'm just super bullish on it. Razors is what I'm picking up this week. This is never a buy recommendation, but people ask. This is one I put out on my Twitter last night. I'm building a position right in here. Took the plunge yesterday. I just looked at it. I said, look, this is the kind of thing. It's a new coin. Just came out early February. Don't know a ton about it. Was not invested in it in any way prior to this launch. However, Alameda Research invested, which tells me Sam's got his tendrils kind of near it, although he's probably more focused on FTX right now. But it's good backing. It basically says we're not a rug. We're legit. We're going to be around. We'll probably see our day in the sun. It's fully end-to-end decentralized Oracle, and it's a 35 million market cap. That's all I know. These are the things I know. And it's at the range lows yesterday. So I said, well, fuck. If I'm going to pick some up, this is probably where I want to do it. It's a little bit above that now, but like, look at that nice clean level. Let's get a nice fat line on that. Maybe make it yellow. That's a nice clean level. I can pick that up most days and feel pretty good about myself. And we'll see where it ends up. There's a lot of buy volume. You can see here, buy volume is clearly outpacing the sell volume. So this is not like a zone where there's just dump. There are people selling because there's probably was some pre-sale and they're up a lot of money and they just want to rotate. That's cool. Get out of here. And then when that's done, all these buyers who are clearly outpacing, there's more buying and then selling. They'll be done filling. The sellers of this level will run out and we should move up. That's my 2 cents. That's my trade thesis. And then where do we go? Well, hopefully this chaos PRZ. So, hey, shout out to the guys on TradingView. Sorry, I was ignoring your chat real quick. A couple guys said hi, and I say hello back. So it's great to see you. We're going to go into turbo mode, guys, because I'm kind of in this like deep thought type state here where I'm diving into things, but I want to get some volume on these charts, like number wise. Let's get a few out there. So here we go. Let's go flying through and see what we can get after. You guys throw the requests in now. If you did before, I didn't see them. I apologize, but I'm looking. This is the fuck zone. This is from Wednesday. I was fucking around. KNC looks ready. I'm waiting on that one for a while now. How do you separate and trade hold bags? That is tricky, Coach Papa. That's part of why, you get that doc together, you start writing out your trade plan, and then journaling. And the reason we say journaling is because it's the only real way to get your actual thoughts out so you can see them for what they are. It's kind of like when you have a conversation with somebody and it helps you see something clearly. You can do that with yourself too, but it's in a journal. And that's where you would come up with a plan around trade and hold bags. I don't have a clear-cut set of rules. I wish I did. I could share it with you. Some things I hold, some things I trade. Some things I'm just so bullish on. I say, well, I have to hold a trade bag or a hold bag of that. And then there's other things where I say I'll do that, and then I end up selling them. So I'm not perfect, far from it. I should journal more, and I should certainly revisit that shit. Okay, bow. Bow, bow, bow. I remember bow was like on a crazy run, and I said a few weeks ago that it needs to come back down and chill. Let's see. Oh, looks like I missed the sweet spot. Yeah, there it was. What a nice fib. You guys see why just like the first thing I do on a chart ever is draw this up? Because look, now I just have like a frame of reference. And it's always, almost always like so clean, so clean, so clean, so clean. Like, God, anyone here is not convinced yet, just keep watching. The more you draw these up, very quick, 2 points, boom. So came up above this level here. Bow looks really good. I mean, this is exactly what you want to see. You see something that's like, wow, this is super bullish. I don't buy tops. I'm not going to buy highs. I'm not going to buy like 400% up or whatever that was, 4,000. But, leave it alone. It'll come back to the reload zone almost always, especially when they pump like insano, where it's just like, wow, that was so unhealthy. That was so, this was like the 2017 Bitcoin bull market right here. You get the dump, you get the little bit, and then so this thing looks cleaned up. I would be interested in buying dips if I knew what the hell this coin was. Right into the 786, and then you just see the volume come in. So this is like, we want another leg. We want another leg. And it looks like they'll get it. Let's see. Bow. VSP. Put this one out on the video yesterday. Let's see. See, I don't know if any of you guys watched the video I put out yesterday. It was a coin request, and I said this about VSP. Yes, it's in an uptrend, but it is concerning that it came, usually you get a strong uptrend and it's like, okay, retest the bullish retest, and then it's like, and then go. And it's very hard to get in, right? Because it's such a strong bull trend that it gives you one chance. And that tried to happen here. But then it was just like, nah, lower high, lower high. And now it looks like it's breaking down. So doesn't mean that it's like it's in a bear market or anything, but you also got to consider the high APYs that are offered to VSP holders, which are super cool and one of their attraction points. Those are paid in what? VSP tokens. So if you're dishing out huge amounts of VSP and collecting fees, giving it to stakers, well, those guys are staking so they can make money, and you can only make money when you go sell the VSP. So it could be a bit of an Achilles heel here early. And then you're saying, well, these gains are actually still pretty good because I'm selling my profits from my staking through this. I don't know. But this does look like not great. So what you want to see here is a close that's bullish. You got 4 hours left. You want to get back above here and close and like continue on. If you don't do that and this daily closes below this level, I'd be looking at the reload zone minimum. And then we'll see, we'll see what that ends up looking like. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but you got to get that candle close back above level, at least above 52.22, or you're going to be in technical trouble. Volume is getting cut off on the bottom, by the way. Oh, damn it. Any way we could kill the ticker or shrink the window here, Johnny? I always forget. I talk about the volume, and then when I rewatch, I also notice the ticker covers it. Maybe we could shrink that. Sorry, guys. We're gonna switch that. 2nd and 9 asked a great question. He said, "RT, could you put out a detailed video on your general chaos PRZ strategy the next couple of weeks?" That is a video already created. That's it. It's all in there. So if you haven't watched that, check out our YouTube. It's a couple weeks back. It's called the Chaos PRZ mini tutorial. There's not much more to the full strategy that I can, I just draw them up repeatedly. You'll start to get a feel for them. The rolling prices on screen are drawn directly from a Hxro site. That's a Hxro ticker. We just basically embed it on the stream. Producer's just taking a sec. He's gonna he's looking for a way to cut it. Did you push it live? I still see it. Oh, sorry. Jesus. Okay. Yeah. No. Sorry. I saw the ticker there, but the volume's moved up. Okay. So you guys should be able to see the volume right now. My bad. This is one I picked up this week based on somebody from the stream bringing it up. EWT, Energy Web Token. I don't know. People say Elon Musk is involved. I don't know. I don't buy it. I don't know about that. I mean, I think there is some kind of connection. I seem to remember that like from while back, but wouldn't say like Elon Musk is about to tweet about Energy Web Token. I doubt that. But I'll tell you this, VPVR needs a fill. This up here, this up here. This is like price discovery zone. It's like the physics of the market craving to fill this in. So that's my 2 cents. That's why I went and finally took the plunge and moved some coins over to Qcoin and then picked it up. XTK. God, trying to say some of these names on the fly. Token. Okay. Yeah, this guy, I mean, a little bit crazy, very volatile chart. Don't trade this if you got a weak stomach. Really big pump, very impressive. It's a little early for me to get interested in this thing. It's still got work to do, in my opinion. Cleaning up to do, shaking out, consolidating. As evidenced by this smackdown, there's a lot of people who want out of this coin. And that's what it is, right? You get people on the way up that are FOMOing in, they want in, and then they get shit on and they want out. And that's sort of right now. I think we're in the certain people wanting out. Up 289%, but that's not what I'm trying to measure here. I'm actually trying to measure. Where is it? God, price tool. There we go. The reason people want out right now is because they're down 50% from the highs. Perhaps that's why. 33%. So, and that's where you get these trends, right? Every time it bounces, more people come in to sell. And eventually those guys will be all out. And then you'll have guys coming in to buy, and then you go. If you're getting a second leg. So a little early for me on XTZ or whatever that is, XTK. Oh, cake. Love cake. I wish I got more cake. Like I don't have any, so some cake. But when it first came out, I was like, food token, whatever. My God, look at cake. This is a great example of me being dumb. And you can miss whatever you want in the market, but me being dumb because the reason I never looked at it, because I had guys DM me like, "What do you think of cake, RT?" Like the greatest ideas come into my DMs, and these guys are like, "What do you think of this?" And a lot of days I just don't have the time or the mind, the mental space, and definitely got a DM somewhere in here asking about cake, and I just never looked at it because of the name. Let's take a look at it now. Let's buy the highs. This is not financial advice. Don't do that. We're off to new highs right now, man. This thing's breaking into price discovery. It looks hot. Somebody brought it up on stream recently, and I think that was a couple weeks back. And this volume was just starting to come in. I remember that. I was like, oh yeah, but we got a new breakout in volume. I don't think that I obviously didn't end up trading it, but PancakeSwap, it's a thing. It's pretty strong. See here with this chart, there's a very clear level where I could be interested in buying. And that is a flip of these candle body highs, which clearly formed a clean level. So that, in theory, that should get a retest someday. The problem with trading like that, and I mean, I have to right now, like I'm not going to chase this. So like my best bet to buy is here, unless I want to get like real dicey and get a little pump chaser zone up here. It's not automatic on this chart. But yeah, like something down in here. But the problem with trading like that is like it could work, but it could be like, whoa, retest. And then like, and so you could be like months away. And then you're like, damn it. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen with cake, but I'll tell you what, I might get interested at $20. 20? Yeah, 20, 19, 20. Moving along. Oh, I would love to, Jordan, but I don't know if I'm allowed to on here. Let's go with grid. But it is a SAM token. You know what I'm saying? It's on the website. It's on the Solana site. And I think it's going to be really dope. But I'll let the bosses talk about that next Wednesday. You can ask them. If they give me permission, I will chart Hxro. All right, this is weird, dude. What the hell's Grid doing? This thing just makes me uncomfortable. This chart gives me the heebie-jeebies, I tell you. Look at this thing. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, I don't know, man. What the heck was that? The pump and dump group or news driven? Two things that can create that chart pattern. It's just too extreme. And if they announced something super ridiculous, I don't think it would have dipped this hard this fast. But who knows? I don't know what to tell you about Grid other than that my bias will keep me far away from it based purely on the fact that this chart just looks really strange. But watch, I'll come back in a week and it'll just consolidate here and it'll be like, wow, I'm a $3 coin. Thanks, RT. Super informative. Lily V, appreciate that. It's great to have you here today. Shout out to you. Hardware wallet from Grid. Okay. All right. Hardware wallet. Holders in, see what that token use case looks like. How about Hot? Yeah, Hot. Let's go check out Hot. Hot's been one that I've dabbled in over the years. Not lately. Not since it mooned. Certainly not before it mooned, but God, Hot has been running hot. And this is like a DAG blockchain project, super high speed. It's as far as I know, it may not even be like a clean DAG. But it's like its own new thing. It's a very unique protocol or build or blockchain. So you'd have to check it out. It's not a blockchain. That's the whole point. But I found it fascinating back in the day, and then the CEO got into hot water because like some weird dominatrix pictures came out of her, which is like whatever, that's stupid. Shouldn't be smearing people for what they want to do, but it was like kind of turned it into a meme coin, but it was also a bear market. Couldn't find a buyer. And then after our big capitulation last year, which you can see here, every chart in the world, like what a clean out, what a sick clean out. The entire market just says fuck everyone who's not a real holder. This was like the ultimate test. If you have a stop loss anywhere in this universe, if you have a pain point anywhere available, we're going to find it. And they found it on every single coin in the market on one day. It was absolutely fantastic. It's going to go down in history as one of the greatest buying opportunities of all time. Probably. Anyways, side note, I got distracted there by that nuke candle. Just appreciate the fact that you guys are being legit, not shilling shit projects, being a decent group of people. Yeah, I appreciate that, Jordan. That's the aim, I have to check myself. I do a lot of disclaimers, guys. I do, I invest in things. I get into pre-sales sometimes. I co-founded a fund, so when I'm talking about shit that's involved like that, I'll usually, make a real big point of telling you guys. Because some people are like, I still want to hear it. Like, yeah, if you're involved with a team and you're helping them and you have some inside scoop, like, hell yeah, give me some goods, man. What's up? And other people are like, you're just selling your shit coins, man. It's like, well, anyways, long story, that one, right? Never ending. What coin? We should look at the green list, guys. We can't abandon the green list on Hot Week. So let's take a look. There it is. Algo. Yep. Oh, should have had some bids. I've been adding to my algo through this basically since the yellow circle, just kind of like throwing a little more. Nice reaction to this low today. I didn't even see that low come in. I haven't had a chance to look at this one. What was it though? Yeah, just a little stinky wick. Look at that. Ugh, love it. Stop losses be gone. All down here, washed out. So the reaction to that's great. The buy volume coming in after is excellent. I would say this is what I see for algo, and that hasn't changed. That would be like June. It'll be like a Q2 bull rally, and algo gets to be part of it. So let's hope. It's a question mark because I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm looking for. Ambrosis, sick move off this level. Weirdly enough, pulled this up for a video last week and just had this line drawn on it from way back. I don't know when, probably somewhere around here, or even earlier. I don't know. Last year we were charting this thing a lot, and it was just on it. And then I saw that it was testing. I was like, oh, phantom line, getting respect. Let's try it. AST, yeah, didn't survive that same kind of level. Boop. Badger. Oh, you know what? Let's go look at Badger. That came up on the community coin request yesterday. Community coin request. On Thursdays, guys, if you want, at Real Hero Labs on Twitter, I'm going to put out a tweet kind of morning, midday, and it's going to basically say, like, hit me with your requests. And then for that day's video on YouTube, it'll basically be like a series of 10 charts brought to you guys by each other. So if you want to participate in that, you just got to, I should probably add something in, like be smart about it and be like and retweet and follow us, and then we'll take your request. But I just said, like, literally comment with it. So I might have to spice it up next week. But either way, coin request. Look at Badger, man. Oof. Ooh. I sold, I did trade Badger fairly well. I got to pat myself on the back. I managed to get out when it just looked like it was a little overheated and that dig launch came and all that stuff. But it's down in the reload zone, or at least just above it. There is some buy volume, creeping back in. And then you just got to kind of ask yourself, is this thing ever going to see another leg? And if the answer is yes, in your mind, if I say, like, I think yes, then I need to start, letting this blur a little bit and say, okay, then I can re-enter my position. I think I exited around 67. So not even like at the top, but just after this breakdown. And I was like, okay, so, maybe I can just get that back. Nice little trade. 6-week short trade other things, come back in. Cause I do, I'm bullish on Badger. I think they're doing some cool shit. Badger, actually Badger. Okay. Timothy does not like Badger. And that's interesting, because at one point everyone liked Badger. Timothy, honest question. I'm going to ask you right now. Did you trade Badger before? And if so, did you make money or lose money? If you don't want to tell me, that's fine. But I'm curious, because this kind of consolidation is where everyone starts to say things are shit. And usually it's because they're either holding, they finally got the fuck out because everything's moving and it's making them happy and this thing's making them sad. I don't know. But just for research sake, Timothy LeBon, I'd be curious why you say no to Badger. Because if it is to do with that, then that's actually really, that like fits the sentiment indicator perfectly. Okay, so he hasn't traded it, but he doesn't like the peg. Okay, so like on a technical level, you don't like it. That's fair. You win because I don't have anything to counter with. I haven't looked into it deeply myself. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I wish it worked better too. I had to make like 6 transactions to stake and unstake my Badger. And I got confused and I thought I lost it. You know what, Supernova? We'll see. Supernova says, I was an idiot and I never sold my Badger. Well, let me tell you something. There's seasons to holding as far as like, okay, so it's like, I'm a genius. I'm an idiot. I'm a genius. I'm an idiot. I'm a genius. And you end up at the end of the bull market, hodlers are all geniuses. Traders are all idiots. But it goes 2 ways. And the hodlers, the true hodlers that actually weren't going to sell no matter what, for some reason, just decided they're going to live their life with a bag of tokens. They get roasted. They get roasted on the downside. It's not easy. Holding is probably underrated as the harder thing out of trading and holding. I was an idiot, never sold my bag. Yeah, so don't beat yourself up, dude, because if it does go on and do well, but here's the thing, and this is actually what compelled me to learn how to trade, was that I was sick of waiting for the market to, I don't want to be the market's bitch. Let's put it that way. I don't want to be like, ooh, I hope the market's good to me today. I want to control my fate. And I know I can't control the market, but I can control my decisions. And so I can be in something that is trending up. The market says this thing's going to be doing well based on whatever setup I have, probability good. I say, okay, and I put my risk there. And then when that opportunity changes, when it expires, when it reverses, I put my money somewhere else. I take control of it. I did some holding for 2019, 2018. That was a great time to learn how much that strategy sucks. But every single person who actually held through that, is up on things like Ethereum and Bitcoin. So who's the idiot? I don't know. I worked a lot harder than someone who just went and lived their life for 2 years, but I've also acquired a skill now that will allow me to be light on my feet and not give a shit what the market does, really, as long as it moves. Sideways like this, unless you're doing some nice tight range trading and you kind of recognize it, then these aren't as that exciting. So all that to say, dude, don't beat yourself up. It's a long way of saying that. but now you've heard it. Did you see how OXB1 lost over 38 BTC on liquidity? Nope. Oh, on Zabaja? No. Quick look at seller. Hell yeah, we can. I mean, the question is, can we have a quick look? I don't know. I seem to be fairly long-winded most days. Yeah. Now, I will only say yeah to this because my 2 cents on this. I always feel gross when you say that. I was like, oh, you're cheering against my bag. It's like, no, I'm not. My analysis was that this was not the play. This was topped out. So I get to look at it and say, oh, so this is resistance now. And it's going to cool off for a bit, probably. I don't know. I mean, it's not enough to say like it came down this far, so it's got to go down further, because it's kind of coming into a level, actually, right? It was more just like in the last 2 weeks, there was other bags I was preferring. But look at that. Let's get rid of the noise. Let's look, on horizontals basis. It's weekly out there. What is that? There's another way to look at this chart, guys. Depends if you want to be a bull or a bear. This thing, I mean, that is a sick bullish confirmation. Very sick. A couple of weeks ago. Now we're just retesting that. So, yeah, maybe I changed my tune. My initial thought has expired. Is this aligning with that? Not quite. Like if you get it real fat. Look, it fits. Like, I don't think so. But let's drag it here. Candle body highs. Yeah. So seller looks pretty fantastic from a weekly perspective. And what's really cool is we can now draw this entire thing up for the old chaos. The old chaos BRZ. So what do you see? I don't know. Big, fat, rounded bottom, weekly W breakout volume. I don't know. Looks great. Harrison B, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that a lot. Hey, guys, if you're watching the channel and you haven't already, you just like to drop in and you're like me and you always forget to subscribe to channels because you're like, what the hell? Why would I do that? Now that I'm a creator, I realize it. You do it because it's one of the main metrics of success for a creator. So if you don't mind and you're watching and you're enjoying this, hit us up with a sub and hit it with a like. And if you hit the bell, okay, I'm going to cool it on that. But yeah, appreciate that stuff, guys. And if you're wondering and you're not on Twitter yet, you can follow me there at randomtask555. I do like to put out as much as I can. I go quiet for days at a time because I suck at social media. Okay, I admit it. But when I do put it out, I try to put out the kind of quality that I want to see on my own Twitter feed. Let's just leave it at that. Seller looks fucking outstanding. I take it all back. Okay. You know what my thing is that I suck at, that I still need to learn, that maybe in 10 years after journaling and messing it up and living through cycles, I need to learn how to buy something or long something that I didn't get in at the best price or the bottom price. Where it's like I missed the first 200% and then I just say, oh, well, it's been fun. I'll go find something else. And meanwhile, it was like a super strong project that I was bullish on, that if you asked me, I would have tell you is still going to go another 20x or whatever. And then I just like, but I couldn't buy it because it was already up 200% that year. It's like, so I need to get better at that. And I'm not shouting buy on this thing just yet, but like just looking at this chart, if somebody asked me like, where will this be in 6 months? Will it ever be higher? I'd be like, probably. Simple as that. Highly probably, which means lowly, possibly not. It's an important part of that. So anyways, let's go. So that's my take on seller. See, I told you I can't talk about seller just for a minute. No such thing as quick takes in this town, boy. Now let's go over to Uni, just because I did take a couple like weird option-y short positions. Got some ticks. I don't think I'm going to get paid on them. I'm starting to lose faith, but that's what you do when you're up here in these short reload zones. This is kind of what I had envisioned. This is my expiry date right here. So I need, just this coin. I'm not calling for the market to top, but just this coin needs to just chill the fuck out for a bit. If that trade's going to pay off. Almost half my trades don't. And that is sort of the harsh reality of trading. The key is your losers should be small and your winners should be big or small or break even. you keep your losers small and then you live in the world of break even, small win, and big win, you will trickle up and you will trickle up and you will trickle up. And eventually, risking $20 on each of your trades turns into risking $2,000 on each of your trades. Risks, equals risking 20K on each of your trades. And that's the compounding gain. And suddenly, one measly winner at a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio is $60,000. And you're like, well, I'm not there yet. I'm just saying in general. I've heard about it. Asking for a friend. So, don't let someone tell you got to race into this shit, man. Give it a year. Give it 2 years. Give it 5 years. Learn this shit. Really learn it. And so you can end up, being your own boss. That's been my dream. I mean, then I get into this and I'm like, oh, well, I work for Hxro Labs. I've got a boss, but I love them. I love them both. They're great guys. I chose them. I want to be here. I don't feel stuck. All right. Let's go see Alpha. Alpha looks great. Last I checked, anyways. Oh, it doesn't look great. Nah, looked great. I mean, it's probably fine. It's nothing like okay, that was dramatic. It's not, it hasn't done anything. I take that back. It just doesn't look good or bad. It's just chop, chop, chop. Consolidation in the reload zone. This is the thing. How many times have we seen this today, guys? It a nice big rally, nice big volume coming in, hot. Yeah. And then, Chaos PRZ was here. Sure, I had to watch it go on a little bit. But eventually, I had an opportunity to get it back. Look, bullish market structure, breakout, retest, breakout, consolidation. These are all higher lows. This is actually a higher high. So, yeah, I'm bullish on this consolidation. I don't have any alpha right now. I had a bag, sold a bag. Had a bag, sold a bag. Now I don't have a bag. So I might have to take another look at this. And I'm wrong to then okay, here's a consolidation, but during the down part, I feel bearish. During the up part, I feel bullish. I have to train myself to think the opposite. If it is like a 50-50 or a bullish consolidation. Because that's the shit that'll drive you nuts. Where it's like, this is really in a range where you want to be buying. But everyone gets bearish around there. And same up here. I'll give you an example of that. Because, where is it? Dang it. Oh, my perps chart's not up today. Why not? I am short on Bitcoin right now. I have a big confession to make. I don't know how this trade's going to work out. It doesn't look like it's doing too well. And this is the only reason why is because I have so much long exposure. So yeah, let's have this quick rundown of Bitcoin. I have so much long exposure. And so, if this breaks down into range and if we do, just do some more shaking out, which is possible. I know a lot of people are like, that's stupid. We're definitely not. Maybe. I think we're probably not. But if we did, and I had zero hedge or zero, not enough cash, whatever, it's not great. It's not the position I want to be in. So I took on a short today. I think it's still in the money. I don't know. I'd have to check. I guess I can do that. So I think it's up like a little bit still, but it's not near my target. I'm not really watching it for like minute to minute P&L. But I filled here at this 786, which, hey, fucking A, little snipe. Dumped down here today. We're just chopping around. But if it gets stopped out, if we blast higher, great. Bags are going to be healthy. Cool. But if we roll down, I will make some coin that I can then cash in on and use to buy a dip somewhere in the market. That's my thinking. So we'll see. And if that's the top, I'm just kidding. I would never hold that short through any kind of correction anyways. But it would be a 3-to-1. So whatever that is. I actually have another ask up here. So if we push higher again on bearish divergence, that would be like the fill. But who knows? I mean, this kind of range is very hard to trade. It's not recommended. I'm probably like losing on the whole with these kinds of trades. This kind of like chopping through the short reload zone. Like it's so hard to be the one that catches that before like the full reload. If that's even what we're going to get, I don't know. I'm not even that convinced of it, but I did want to have a little short on into this level. Haven't asked about RFox in months. Just curious what you think now. RFox, I don't think you've ever asked me about that, sir. Let's have a look. Oh my God. RFox has been treating everyone holding it quite well lately, apparently. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to chart these ones, right? Where it's just like already had a big FU rally. I guess we could yeah, I guess we could take a look. Give it the chaos treatment. Well, that chaos came in pretty hot and heavy. Wow. Look at that chaos PRZ. Putting the top in this zone. I drew that up kind of weird. The reason is I skipped this wick because it just seemed like a bit of an anomaly. But anything you draw in and around here will give you something up there in that range. So pretty cool. Having said that, if it resolves the 4669, where do we go? Well, we're going to start thinking about the 6. Whoa, that almost got a tag too already. So I don't know. RFox. We'll see, man. It's flying. This is resistance for now, but it's looking pretty bloody hungry. Let's take a quick look at Matic, guys. It's 420 almost. 2 minutes away. Happy almost 420. Where are we going to go here? Matic. Matic Bitcoin. Ooh, that's the ticket. Look at that. Matic is in the pump chaser zone. This is one we've talked about recently as well. I mean, I traded this thing up and I love the project Polygon. I still think it's just got so much going for it. So yeah, maybe it is time that I rotate a little back into Matic. I've got to find some room though, man. It's getting hard to pick up all the things I want to pick up. And that's why it's almost easier just to not give a shit about any one project and just really like focus on trading. But I do some investing, so there, I do have some special bags. I think Matic is one of them. I don't have any right now, but like, projects that I would be like, oh God, if it ever went to like some insane valuation and I didn't have any, I'd be like a little upset. So on that note, I'm going to write down on my post-stream list to take a real good look at Matic. That's like the comments I make, and then 2 weeks later, I come back and it's like, oh yeah, I never did that. Let's see. Yeah, came into, a lot of this chaos stuff going on right now, guys. We are at chaos levels. So we're seeing some volatility here, seeing some consolidation, volatility coming out of the move. We'll see what continuation looks like if we get it. Looks pretty close, to a little thing here. Like, could be in for a move sometime soon. Like that. Are we getting into that kind of a situation here with Matic? So, wow, okay. Does look like we are. Winner in training. Appreciate that shout out. That's a good reminder. Happy 420, Mike. Yes. Yeah, it would be really nice to get another leg out of Matic. You guys want to know? You guys want to know what another leg in Matic would look like? I mean, by my standards, it's like a fib extension. When you get a high time frame move and then a high time frame continuation, looks so unlikely when you size it a certain way, but this way, let's say here. Yeah. Look at that. That's it. What is that? That's what it would look like probably for me anyways, as far as like when do I jump back off. So I can get a double out of that if I trade that. If I pick up some here and I, sell some at 100% gain, then I take back what I put into this trade, and now whatever Matic I have left is like a free position I've just generated. I can hold it risk-free forever. Or, until the bear market, whenever that is. I love how people talk about the bear market like they're going to see it coming. You're not going to see it coming. Just let me say that again. You're not going to see it coming. It's going to look like 3 of the other dips that everyone sold on the way up, and they're going to be convinced that they don't want to sell the dip again, and then they're not going to sell the dip, and then it's going to dump in their face. It's really fascinating. I can't wait I mean, I can wait. I hope it never comes. But from a learning perspective, it is fun to watch. And it is not fun to endure. So maybe I should just shut up and take all that back. But like somebody said today on Twitter, they're like, "Oh, this is weird. It's the first time that the top came in when everyone was bearish." I was like, that's a really good point. Like the fact that so many people are cautious about this being a top and taking all the risk off. It's like, for the first time in history, everyone called the top perfectly. Meanwhile, there's so many people that are super bullish online. But either way, I thought that was funny. And I kind of think that too. I think a lot of cautious profit taking through this bull market will lead people to be very reckless at some point later on. And in that maximum point of greed and euphoria where it's like, this really is the next paradigm, which, by the way, I think it is. But that's not here nor there. Right at that moment, we'll get some big FU things that really put the full squeeze on the full market. Can't wait to see it. Just kidding. I can wait. Hopefully it never happens. Let's go see Rook, guys. I'm going to do a couple more, and then we are going to wrap up so that the producer and I can go out in the sunshine and see what the rest of this day has to offer. I haven't left my basement in 17 weeks. Give or take. Rook is in the dead zone, and that's bullish. If you like to buy the value. Let's see, right here. One more thing there I didn't change. There it is. Yeah, so Rook is in the spot. I love how many DeFi tokens look like this right now. Makes me think we're in for just a big next leg. And I don't even worry like, oh, am I going to catch this part of it, going to be Badger, going to be Rook, whatever. But like, it'll just be good for so many bags. It'll be good for whatever you're holding if these things all decide to rocket. So yeah, not ready yet. Tweets won't do it. Gotta let it be organic. So we're gonna have to let it shake here for a little, guys. Could be next week, could be next month. I kind of speculated it would be in May. And that might be a little too long for a lot of people's, appetite, but that's exactly why it is gonna be, right? But it could also just be like tomorrow. It's like, shut up, RT. It mooned. Possible. But usually these, I don't know. The market is admittedly more bullish now than it was back here. I'll just give it that. But here's the thing. I don't have to guess when. Okay, maybe I need to shut up. Look at this. You got the low, you got the higher low, you got the breakout. Where are we right now? Oh, that sweet spot though. Look at that. Oh, so clean when you see it up front. So clean. Okay, so maybe we're moving now. We'll see. I mean, I guess that's the deciding factor. If we break these highs, it's like, yep, but it's a little late to buy locally. This reload zone was a really nice play. Had I been watching, that's yesterday, I guess. But we already kind of had the reversal with some volume. So we'll see. Rook looks good. I take everything back I said initially. XSGD. The heck is that? Oh, it's not there. XSDG. Oh, sorry, bud. Don't know what that is. The new coin. Oh, yeah, no. I would just say no. Dude, your coin does not exist. Doesn't exist. Too new. Literally too new. Okay, guys, we're going to end with sushi today. But don't leave just yet, because I do a lot of after rants, and maybe we're just going to not end with sushi. But I would like to see the sun today. Just a little bit. I got outside last night at like 7:30. I was like, I'll go out for a walk. Nice sunny day. And then it was like nighttime. I was like, oh, missed it. So look at this. Sushi's in the pump chaser zone. That's good. It's promising. I don't know. Does Uni, Sushi, some of these AMMs, 1inch has been going nuts. Don't know too much fundamentally about it. I wonder how V3 is going to affect Sushi, though. Uni V3 not being open sourced. We'll see. Looks like it needs to hang out down here for a little bit. Because, what you had here was sort of this triangle structure, lower high, lower high, lower high, breakdown, retest. So I don't trust this locally. And you guys know me, we've been looking at it all day. Well, I can't, every other token, Badger, Rook, all these really bullish ones, and not just those, but literally almost every single one. Alpha did it. They go on these big runs and then they come back and they visit the reload zone. Why can't this one? Why is it special? It's getting a lot of fees. It's got a lot of TVL. I don't know. So first stop here. And if it can't hold that, something like that. Those would be totally normal things. Actually, part of a much bigger bull market. I'm all vaxxed up and sun's out, buns out. Nice. Paul Young Jr. is allowed outside. Jealous. I'm not allowed to get a vaccination. So, but we just went into lockdown for another 30 days, like stay at home order. Oh, BNB. See, this is what you guys do to me, man. It's like, yeah, I'm going to go out and see some sun. And then it's like, but how about chart your favorite old legacy coin? I mean, that's probably my favorite coin from way back. Also underexposed to BNB, but then again, everyone's underexposed to BNB in a market like this. Look at BNB. My God. Oof. This is where you have to go into log scale because you just don't even get a price history without it. It was all too low, from 39 to 439 in like, Jesus. Oh, that's so intense. Like, can we just take that in for a minute? BNB shot up from 30, like we'll call it $40. It 10x'd, a multi-billion-dollar market cap 10x'd in the period of like, what, 2 months? Yeah, that's insane. That's so fun to see. So good. And that's also why so many people, you can be really bullish on things like FTX. They don't have FTT. They don't have the Binance Smart Chain, which is big. I literally went out and bought some more BNB just to use it for that. I bought BNB to use it for fees on Binance. Like, there's so many reasons why I need Binance coin. And there's a lot of people that need it. So demand is skyrocketing. It's not a mystery. So can FTT build in as much use case? Probably not as much, but tons still. I needed to buy FTT to do a whole bunch of stuff on their platform, including getting reduced fees, participating in the Oxy IDO, stuff like that, or IEO. 4.4 billion. What the hell's Binance is in these days? 67 billion, 68 billion. Wow. If I told you I bought BNB for 43 cents in 2017, would you believe me? It's a true story. Ask me how much I held. 0. But I do have some, but it's just from buying for needs. Yeah, I bought some fat bags of this back in the day. Oh my God. I still remember the Telegram, or it was a Slack channel. Everyone was fired up when it was approaching $1. They're like, oh, we're going to break $1. It was this big, big, big thing. This is mind blowing. So what's interesting, and we'll wrap with these thoughts. This is $439. And then people can look at it and be like, oh, like lucky man back there at 43 cents. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, there's I should probably check like what's beside my green screen next time. I think we're good. The blow up sex dolls are gone right now, but I should double check that next time. I wasn't sure. Looking at BNB right now, $439, you could be like, oh, like I wish. Or look around the market right now and ask yourself, what fundamentals, what coins, what things, you got to use your imagination in this. And when I bought Bitcoin, it was at its all-time high at $1,800. $1,800. And, I was taking the biggest risk anyone had ever taken buying it. But I had listened to Andreas Antonopoulos on the Joe Rogan podcast. I saw his vision. I looked into the whole idea of the limited supply, all that stuff. It's like, oh, well, if this is anything, it's probably cheap. And same with BNB. And there are tons of other projects right now, new ones coming out. A lot of them are flash in the pan. A lot of them are going to get hype. A lot of them have teams that'll, build stuff for a year or two, grow some users, but in the end, they'll die out. A lot of them, most of them. But right now, it's this rush. Like, you guys ever go to like a river, the salmon swimming upstream. It's just like they're all swimming upstream, and one of them gets knocked back and flips down the little cliffside thing and then has to jump up. I've seen them jumping up waterfalls. That's what this is right now. And only the strongest, only the most well-prepared, well-built salmon, or sushi rather, are going to get up that waterfall. They're going to end up high enough up that they can lay their eggs, sow their seeds, whatever. That's kind of what we're dealing with right now with this bull market. There's new projects. There's like, I think, average 2 a day coming into the space. Some of them, and like a lot of them can moon, but only some will stick around. BNB, Binance Coin, stuck around. What's going to stick around next cycle? What's going to echo that? Is it the be all end all, and it's just going to be this next big gargantuan Google type thing, and it's going to maybe, but I'd be willing to bet that with some careful research, some really good planning, and a little bit of luck, we could find some of the next multi-hundred or 1,000x returns somewhere in this market. And then the key is just trading with risk management. Buy it at 10 cents, sell half of it at 20 cents. Whoa, free position forever, zero risk, rides to $50. But you don't look back and say, well, I sold half so soon. It's like, doesn't matter. You took the risk out of the equation, which if you can do that in trading and investing, look out, bud, because you are going to grind higher in compounding sense. And that's the ticket. Fish for steelhead too? I don't, Howelson, but I've been out west to Alberta, the big mountain there. And there were some really nice rivers, and there was like a fish season, and they were flying up. It was really cool to watch. Yeah, if you guys want to, you can hit like and sub on the channel. I appreciate that. August88 says, tell them guys to hit like. And I agree. Appreciate it if you guys would, if you liked it. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. There is so much to be excited about in the market. But at the end of the day, you can't take advantage of it if you fuck around. So make good decisions. Take care of yourself. And hit me up on Twitter if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer them. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. And always play from a position of strength. Take care.